Yesterday, I saw a news article about the food safety rating posters that dot the restaurants where I'm from. Now, if you live in any big cities, there's a good chance you've seen these. It's a surefire way for the public health department to tell you how well an establishment adheres to food safety, food handling protocols mandated by them. That way, you're not walking into a potential trap of food poisoning. Here in Seattle, where I'm from, and the rankings could be different across many cities, of course, there's 4 levels, and starting from the worst to the best, there's needs to improve, which I believe means that your restaurant closes down for a time while improvements are made in the meantime, and appropriately has a face on it that looks like it's gone pale, about ready to vomit. After that, there's okay. After that, there's good, and then of course the best one is excellent. Ideally, in this merit-based system, you'd want to have your establishment ranking in the top 2 tiers. That's the way that you're going to incentivize customers to come back and patronize your restaurant. It's a good system. I'm a big fan of it. Of course, the big improvement that this article was talking about was mostly about plastering out all over the place and making them more accessible to people who go to places like food carts, food trucks, or stores that sell meat and seafood. So sort of a catch-all of a system, which is very, very helpful. In light of these improvements, or rather this spread of usage being announced, I also want to suggest my own, let's say, bill of improvements to sort of add on to what these things have accomplished. And I don't expect my suggestions to completely supplant this system. It's good enough as is. But I figured, if you have something alongside these rankings as well, it would also help in laying out all the nuances that have to do with the restaurant you're walking into. They also come in their own forms of rating, so let's just get through it. The first ranking I have in mind is good food, bad service, which in my head, I'm envisioning being represented by the 2 Italian hand gestures of approval, also accompanied by a pair of middle fingers. Stay for the food, leave from the service. Good food, good service is sort of the same gesture of approval, plus a bunch of thumbs up and smiley faces. I'm thinking about workshopping that at some point. Then there's good service and bad food, at which point there's nice people there, but the food still makes you want to vomit, or it's just not that tasty. I don't exactly know how I want to choose symbols to represent that, but again, these are just very rough, raw ideas. And then of course the last one is just bad all around, which I'm thinking could be represented by the logo of a building burn. But that may need a little bit more explaining, because some people could misinterpret it as maybe this building is prone to fires, or maybe the people in this building can't really cook, which is kind of true. What I want to promote with that image would then be that this place is probably better off if it burned to the ground, or to run away from this building as though it were on fire. So I think I'm probably going to stick with those for now. Add some nuance. I'm surprised that websites like Yelp or anything have not done this yet, have not instituted this yet. So that way you can save a bunch of time as opposed to reading the dozens of reviews left by a bunch of angry customers who feel like a shrimp was left off of their plate of, I don't know, pasta. But whatever the case, those are my suggestions to improve it. I highly doubt that they're going to be instituted by any bureaucracy handling food safety, because there's probably going to be some rule in place, or an unspoken rule saying that a bureaucracy of government should not have the power to disparage any private businesses, or their bottom line is going to be damaged, which I can sort of understand, but come on, I'm trying to eat some good food, not eat some shit. Anyways, those are my suggestions. I'm curious to see if anyone else has suggestions, but there's a good chance that, this is not a trendy topic. It's not particularly sexy, so I don't expect people to talk about this widespread. Bye-bye.